George Walker Bush. He was the 43rd United States president. He was born in New Haven, Connecticut, United States on July 6, 1946. His father's name was George Herbert Walker Bush, and mother's name was Barbara Bush. His father was the 41st United States president, and mother was First Lady. He received his schooling from Kincaid School in Houston and Phillips Academy in Massachusetts. He graduated from Yale University in 1968 with Bachelor of Arts degree in history and enlisted in the Texas Air National Guard, from where he was honorably discharged in 1974. While on his guard duty, he started attending Harvard Business School in 1973 and graduated in 1975 with a Master's of Business Administration degree. George W. Bush married Laura Welch on November 5, 1977. And 4 years later Laura gave birth to fraternal twin daughters, Barbara Pierce Bush and Jenna Welch Bush. After completing his MBA, George W. Bush returned to Midland and entered the oil business. In 1979, he created Arbusto Energy and sold the company in 1986. In 1988, he shifted to Washington, D.C. to help his father in his campaign for presidency, which turned out to be successful. Bush Sr. again called out for his eldest son to manage his 1992 presidential re-election, but this time their luck ran out and Bush Sr. lost. In 1994, George W. Bush ran for the office of governor of Texas, and he won the election by defeating the incumbent governor and the Democrat candidate, Ann Richards. His election campaign focused on welfare, reforms, crime reduction, and improvement of education. In 1998, he won the re-election with a big mandate and became the first governor in Texas history to hold 2 consecutive 4-year terms. In 1999, with the implementation of a new law, Texas became the leading producer of wind-powered electricity in the United States. He announced his candidacy for the United States presidency in 1999 and became the Republican Party's nomination, with Dick Cheney as his running mate. The Democratic Party's nominee was Al Gore, the incumbent vice president. The 2000 presidential elections results were close and controversial, and after a month of inconclusiveness, the Supreme Court intervened and declared Bush the winner on the basis of electoral votes. His first administrative success was the passing of the No Child Left Behind Act in 2001. The act was brought in to bridge the gap between rich and poor student performance and also to raise the standard of schooling being imparted. On September 11, 2001, Al-Qaeda terrorists crashed 4 hijacked planes in New York and Washington, D.C., killing around 3,000 American citizens. The attacks were linked to Osama bin Laden, the leader of Al-Qaeda, and George W. Bush declared a war on terror. To make sure that America never witnesses another terrorist attack, he created the Homeland Security Department and passed the Patriot Act. In March 2003, George W. Bush ordered the United States forces to invade Iraq, and he believed that the Iraqi ruler Saddam Hussein was developing weapons of mass destruction. Saddam Hussein was deposed, and in 2005, free democratic elections were held in Iraq. In the 2004 presidential election, he won 286 electoral votes and defeated Democrat John Kerry. His second term started on the worst possible note as Hurricane Katrina devastated the Gulf Coast of the United States and took around 1,800 lives and damaged property worth billions. In 2008, in the final year of his presidency, the United States was hit with a severe credit crisis that sent the stock market into free fall and led to massive layoffs. Bush administration responded to the crisis by enacting a controversial $700 billion Emergency Economic Stabilization Act to bail out the housing and banking industries. He left office in 2009 and settled in Dallas, Texas with his wife. He was succeeded by Barack Obama. George W. Bush was named the Person of the Year by Time magazine in 2000 and 2004. "We will not tire, we will not falter, and we will not fail," said George W. Bush.